Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get right into the weekly for the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, yeah, it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. I know it's very late. I was already late with your video, and then something happened to your video yesterday. It just recorded really strange. And sometimes that happens, and I just take it as a sign to just redo the video, all right? So whatever the case may be, the energies wanted me to redo this for you. So I do hope it applies or resonates with those who are tuning in. So we're going to get right into pulling out your romance angel messages for this weekly read. Soulmate. This is your soulmate. Down. Here we go. And give your relationship a chance. All right. Two nice energies, and we have playfulness. All right. Recapture your romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit to fun to shine. So soulmate, give your relationship a chance, and playfulness. So nice set of cards if we're talking about relationships and love this week, right? So let's get right into pulling out your animal spirits for the week. And of course, for those of you who are regulars on my channel, you know that the animal spirits I pull could be anything from energies that you're tapping into to help you through a particular scenario. They could be stages that you're coming into in your life or in relationships. It can also sometimes represent personalities of individuals that you may be dealing with or significant people in your life right now. So these animal spirits don't have to be, they don't necessarily represent your life animal spirit. Some people have a wolf or an eagle as a spirit for their life or their character, their personality. But animal spirits can come in and out, all right? So let's just see what you're resonating with this week, Aquarius. The beaver, water energy. Firefly, air energy. Those symbols at the top of the card are alchemical symbols. So the upside down triangle is water. The right side up triangle with the line through it is air. And this triangle without the line through it is, of course, fire. And this is the cheetah. Very nice indeed. All right, so let's go ahead and go through your animal spirits before we get into your forecast for the week. And I'm going to say that this reading is still going to be basically from October 27th to November 3rd, right? So you can see if this resonated, some of these readings or some of this forecast resonates with the way your week has been going so far. All right. Beaver energy is, of course, water energy. And the beaver, even though it is a very earthly animal, it, of course, makes its home in the water. And so just as in life, we associate water with emotions, right? Associated with the cup suit. The beaver is, through his industriousness and his purposeful way of working, he's very task-oriented, right, on what he needs to do to build the dam or the home that he lives in and his family lives in. The beaver provides a lot of stability emotionally for himself and for his loved ones. This is someone in your life who provides this for you. You may be resonating with this, Aquarius. This could be a family member or a lover or even a friend, but this person is someone who, although they're very earthy and they're very practical, they provide a lot of emotional support because of their commitment, right? The beaver is extremely committed. And once he sets his mind to something, he makes sure that he gets it done. And so, you know, just like with building the dam in the water, he builds a very comfortable environment for those around him to relax, to be comfortable, to be emotionally safe and stable. Now, the firefly is air energy. And of course, the firefly is associated with sparks of inspiration, right? Inspiration that just comes in very, very quickly, burns very, very brightly, but is gone just as quickly as it comes in, right? So we're talking about a time in your life where you may be seeking solutions, or you may be trying to solve a particular problem. You could also be resonating with a lot of sort of creative energy, or sort of ambitious energy. You want to accomplish something, but how do you get it? The firefly comes in with that, you know, that inspiration, that great idea, and it could be very tenuous. It could just be the inkling of an idea, but it is a great inspiration nonetheless. And so also it's at times like this that you want to be very watchful. You want to keep your eyes open for omens, for signs, for different ways of communication coming in. Remember, air is associated with the mind, and the mind is very fluid in a lot of ways. It shifts, it shimmers, it's very quick. This is why we associate communication and the mind with air, because it can change so quickly, it can go so fast. It has that quality, right? And so at times like this, when you're really opening up your mind for inspiration to come in, be ever more watchful. Now, the cheetah is really incredible energy to watch. This is a fire element animal. Of course, you can see almost the rays of the sun radiating out, but the sun, the power and the radiance of the sun seems to come from the inside of the cheetah. He seems to be emanating this kind of power. The cheetah is one of these people that is incredible to watch. They are extremely sort of in, I want to say, it's a wonder to watch them, right? They foster a lot of admiration, right? Awe. It's awe-inspiring to watch a cheetah individual. These are people who generally accomplish great feats, great tasks. They accomplish a lot. These are people who generally, even seeing them on their path, when you encounter somebody who resonates with cheetah energy, you can feel it right away. This is somebody who's always got something going on, but it's not, you know, it's not, it's quality. Whatever they have going on, it's quality. They get it done, right? And it's generally usually a great task or a great feat that they accomplish. The cheetah is just so, is able, and part of the reason why the cheetah is able to accomplish these things is his ability to hit things head on, but make last minute changes without losing momentum, right? The cheetah isn't phased with changing or adjusting his path and still going headlong. Just like when you see him in the wild, the cheetah is chasing down an animal, chasing down his goal or his prey. If he has to suddenly turn, he has the ability to do that. His tail almost acts as a gyroscope and allows him to quickly turn, right? And this is what we're talking about. People who are able to adjust, who are not too rigid, and yet still maintain their momentum, their ambition, their level of ambition, and their desire, their single-mindedness, really is awe-inspiring, and it is quite incredible to see. So, you may or may not be resonating with this energy right now. Of course, Aquarius, you are an air sign, but again, animal spirits don't work the same way. Elements don't work the same way as we see astrological, right? Elements. So you can be a water sign or an earth sign and still resonate with cheetah energy, right? We all resonate with a little portion of the other elements at different times in our lives. And in fact, with animal spirits, there are 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether, or otherwise known as the spirit elementals, which are associated with the chakras. So again, animal spirits and their elements are very different, and you can indeed associate with any of them regardless of your astrological sun sign or natal chart elemental influence. All right, let's pull out your forecast for the week of Aquarius. We're going to pull out anywhere from 4 to 8 3-card forecasts for the week. Now, these forecasts are going to be different from each other. They're each separate outlooks, right? But you may resonate with a portion of each. They're not necessarily connected, and they certainly don't mean that they are for every single Aquarius or even the same Aquarius. So just take what resonates with you and enjoy disregarding the rest, all right? Cards are very jumpy today. This is a nice spread, and I'm glad actually that I was able to do this over for you, Aquarius, because this spread feels very nice indeed so far. Certainly with the romance angel messages and the animal spirits you have are all very, very positive and progressive. All right, straight out, let's do it. We have the moon, the page of wands, and we have the 9 of pentacles. All right, let's see if I can move this up a little bit so we can get everything in. I do hope you don't hear the background noise. There are people working in the building, and I've been having this going on for quite a while, so another reason why my setup is a little different today. All right, guys, so the moon, page of wands, and 9 of pentacles. So for some of you, indeed, you start off the week in a very kind of emotional state, right? The moon is generally a time of testing when it comes to our emotions and relationships. Oftentimes, moon energy can indicate that you're just not feeling 100% about a particular connection. You may be feeling like you're unsure about your feelings, or you're unsure about the other person's feelings, and yet they're strong, right? The one thing we have with moon energy is that it is, of course, strong. However, it's darkness, right? It's the unknowing. It's not knowing where these feelings are going to lead. And sometimes the moon can bring with it a lot of anxiety, right? Can also, like I said, the moon is also a testing phase. Can often be the last sort of testing period of a particular, for instance, relationship or a connection. Can you handle, being in the dark? Can you handle not knowing always what's going to happen next, but still having the courage to go with the feelings that you do know? Do you see what I mean? And in a lot of ways, the moon is very much about that more than anything, about testing your ability to face the unknown when it comes to your emotional relationships or your emotional state, to get to the other side and someplace better, I mean, this is the 18, and once we come through the moon, we come out into the sun, which is the 19 of the major arcana. And so some of you start this week off. However, you have a page of wands, and I want to say it's quite interesting because page of wands talks about conquering fear. The first thing the page of wands does is, wands is all about creativity and ambition, also associated with the cheetah, fire energy. But the page is the first stage of the court cards. And in the page stage, we talk about conquering our initial fear of failure, our fear of being ridiculed or laughed at, for the sake of expressing ourselves creatively without any abandon, right? And so it's quite interesting. Although you may start the week apprehensive, you certainly carry on the week. And this can come out as a result of a conversation with someone. It can result in a meeting. Again, firefly is inspiration. I think for some of you, there is inspiration that comes in, or there's a chance meeting or a chance conversation or some event that happens this week that really helps you deal with the fear of this moon. And you end up the week with the 9 of Pentacles, which is certainly rewards coming in, a sense of accomplishment, and really, the 9 of Pentacles is doing it for yourself, right? So whatever you were afraid of, Aquarius, you really end out the week on top, feeling like, okay, There is nothing to be afraid of. Look at me. I'm sitting in my own garden. I'm sitting pretty. I have a lot of rewards and abundance coming in. I'm getting, you know, the fruits of my labor. It's very nice. And I think it all kind of comes about because in the middle of the week, you kind of switch tracks and you really meet things head on. You bring in a little bit of that cheetah energy to that moon and you really come out very nice. Empress 3, Hermit 9, and the Queen of Wands. All right, so Queen of Wands, interesting. Again, for some of you, you start off the week feeling very luxurious, feeling kind of like you're really wanting to pamper yourself, you know. Empress energy is really beautiful. It has a lot of different meanings, this card, depending on the intuitive read, right? Sometimes the Empress can talk about, you know, your environment, reflecting all of the hard work you've done on yourself inside. But I think here I feel very much like for some of you, Aquarius, this week you start off very sort of... you may be called upon, I want to say, for your nurturing qualities. You may be called upon to help somebody with your feminine, your divine feminine abilities. Empress is very nurturing and is very sort of soothing and kind. It's divine feminine. It's a divine mother. And I think you're being called upon for those qualities, right, Aquarius? And then there's a Hermit energy, and I think it's a case of you're wanting to pull back later on the week. It's almost as if, I think for some of you, it may feel like you've been pulled on a bit too much. I feel like, you know, you've been exercising this Empress energy for other people quite a while. It could be that people have really been taking advantage of your ability to be very nurturing. It feels as though like you feel halfway through the week, or at least part of the week, that you want to pull back. You feel like you want to go into your own a little bit. You feel like perhaps some of you need to nourish yourselves a bit more, right? Queen of Wands comes in as well, and that's quite interesting because the Queen of Wands is quite self-transformative. It's almost as if, I want to say, Aquarius, it's as if some of you, your kindness has been taken for weakness, and you have a real epiphany about that this week. And not only does it make you pull into yourself with this Hermit energy, but it kind of changes you in a little way here with this Queen of Wands. For some of you, this week is very transformative. Very, very transformative. We have 3 major arcana, well, 2 major arcana and a strong queen, right? Queen of Wands. So it's almost, you know, you start off soft and, you know, able to be there, and you just make this realization that not everyone is really, not everyone is deserving of this energy, Aquarius, and you really make a big step forward in your wisdom. Queen of Wands learns. She learns, and she learns through difficult times. I think this might be quite emotional as well for some of you to find out that some of the people you've been pouring your energy into it aren't quite worth, right, sort of pouring your energy into anymore. And I think that this is really a big step for some of you, Aquarius, this week. There's your King, and there's your 10 of Swords and 9 of Wands. So again, I want to say for some of you, Aquarius, you come into the week again being called upon. King of Wands talks about being the leader. You know, the King of Wands is the leader. He is, he's the bold leader. He's the enigmatic leader. He's the singular king, right? The one who walks his own path. He's unique. He's creative. He likes, you know, the freaks, and you know what I mean? He champions the freaks, what we call freaks. And when I mean that, I mean people who don't walk to the beat of another's drum, people who are quirky, who are unique, who have beautiful, different, colorful personalities, you know, eccentrics, right? And the King of Wands is very much embodies sort of the leader of that, right? The leader of following your own ambition. And so you come into the week again being called, I want to say, upon your leadership skills to take charge. And once again, you have a 10 of Swords this week, and you kind of put to rest a particular stage of your life, right? A particular difficult path or stage in your life comes to an end, and this stage is really like, I'm going to end on this spread because it's going to take me a minute. This spread is quite interesting. Ten of Swords talks about really the death of the old, and I think, again, you come into this week and you are being called upon, and it's like your energy, your qualities, your talents are all being called upon by one or more than one peoples or a group of peoples, maybe a project or something like that. And you really find out this week that you're done with it. You're kind of done with certain things. It's been a struggle. It's been difficult. This has not been an easy time being in this position. It feels very much like other people have put you in this position. Yes, you're worthy of it, but they've put a lot of responsibilities on you, I want to say, and it's been a really difficult path. However, this week you're over it. You're done with it. They can't continue to sort of. It may be that people have been guilt tripping you, or all of these different things. Maybe even some mental manipulation or emotional manipulation. All of this is associated with the Ten of Swords, but it's the end of it. You're done with it, and these things don't work on you anymore. You end up the week with the Nine of Wands. And again, you're very reflective. You're reflective over this last little period of time where you feel you're starting to wake up and realize that a lot of it has not been maybe so great for you. A lot of it has been really at the service of others, but you're the one who's taken the knocking. You're the one who's taken a lot of difficult nights, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of emotionality, a lot of emotional burdens, I want to say. Ten of Swords is the death of the ego, but Nine of Wands is taking you to the Ten of Wands, which is the unburdening of baggage, right? Emotional, mental, spiritual baggage, self-esteem issues, self-confidence issues. Look at the character. He's bandaged, right? It's been difficult, right? He's taken injury, and these injuries have been to our psyche to a certain degree, and this is how we get sort of when we come out of trauma or bad relationships, toxic relationships. We accumulate these wands, we accumulate these energies to our psyche, and they come in the form of self-esteem, right? Lowered self-esteem, lowered self-confidence, negative self-image, etc., which we all suffer from when we come out of difficult, toxic situations or situations where we have really borne a burden, right? Everyone deals with that at some point in their life, and then they get over it. They come to the Ten of Wands, which is when we're able to lay it down, when we're able to let go of it, right? But Nine of Wands is where you're just realizing what's happening. You're just waking up to, all of the injuries that you've taken, and you're facing up to them. Right? Because we have to face up to these things in order to lay them down, right? And so with Nine of Wands, he's taking a good hard look and saying, yeah, maybe I do have some self-confidence issues, and maybe this is why, and maybe it's time now for me to sort of turn my back on that, and remember who I am. I don't have to keep carrying these burdens. I don't have to keep carrying these injuries to my psyche. And eventually you come to the Ten of Wands, you lay it down, and you have release. This is really beautiful. Again, another very transformative week for you guys, Aquarius. And I understand now why I needed to do this reading over, because the last reading really talked more about the pain before this. But I want to say that a lot of you are really getting to your 10s, your 9s, right? Which is the last little hurdle, which is completion in a lot of ways. All right, guys. So, yeah, wonderful week. It'll be difficult, but it will be an eye-opener. It'll feel great, and it'll certainly be an unburdening for a lot of you, all right? So, if you enjoyed this is going to be a reading, yes, for October 27th. I know it's late, to November 3rd, but I'm going to come right back later on today with your November reading, love reading, and for right now, I'm just going to say, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. Give me that thumbs up, or put a comment down in the comment section. Description has everything you need to know about my videos or getting a private reading. But for right now, Aquarius, have a wonderful, transformative week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.